Hello, it's Lucy from West 2. We've got another kiln opening today and a little bit of a life update. We have a surprise guest today who I'm going to have to introduce to you because there's no way I'm going to get away with doing any video ever again without interruption. So let me go and grab her. I have a studio kitten. So this is Tonka, and Tonka she's about, we're not sure, 4 to 6 months old. She turned up, it's been a bit of a busy week. She turned up at our house probably about a week ago now. And sort of hung around for a few days and gently tried to move her on, and she decided she wasn't going anywhere. So in the end I gave her a bowl of food, and she's just stayed ever since. Before anybody says anything, yes, I did find out who owns her. Yes, I've been through all that. They've decided they don't want her, they're not that bothered. Been through all that rigmarole, had her to the vets, were antibiotics and all sorts. She was in a bit of a state when she arrived, but she's well on the mend now and has decided that she now lives in my studio, so she will remain here for now until she's clear of her infections. She can't come down to the house because I have an older cat, and I obviously don't want him to get sick. So she's getting in the way a lot at the moment, bless her, standing on everything. I've been doing some glazing this morning, so she's been walking all over bist work, which is really unhelpful, but you know, it is what it is. But she's incredibly playful and settling really well. And she's just a very, very sweet little cat. So she's gonna stay here for now, and then we'll just see how it goes. So you're probably going to see her milling around a little bit. But today I do have a kiln opening for you. Not a very big kiln opening. So a little bit of it was my work, and then a little bit of it is throwing taster course work. So it's from people that have been up here testing their throwing skills out. So I will start with, actually for once, put a cone pack into this kiln. So this is 5, 6, 7. So yeah, good cone 6, just starting to bend on a 7. So that was slap bang in the middle of the kiln. So these are large cones, so they should be pretty much, that's a good 6. So happy with that. Hotter than I kind of aim for, but that's okay. Cone 6 is okay. So where should we start? So I'll show you the pieces first from throwing tasters. So this was nice little bowl. Thanks, Tonka, that's really helpful. Very sweet little bowl, which I'm so impressed with this throwing, considering this person has never thrown before. And this is Amico smoke, and I believe on the rim, I think this was oatmeal on the rim, but I will have to double check with her. But I'm pretty sure it was oatmeal. So I am really, really impressed with that. And she even managed to get an accidental swirl in the middle, which is pretty cool. And then she attempted a little bit of chattering on the bottom, on the foot. So that was a nice little bowl. So another one. And this was Amico Sky, and that was 4 coats of sky. And that is, sorry, it's a little bit dark today. The weather has turned a little bit on us. So we've got golden honey inside and then overlapping with the sky on the outside. So that's just Amico Sky and Golden Honey, which is actually very pretty. So I think she's going to be very, very pleased with these. This one, Golden Honey on the inside, 3 coats of, and then the outside was Amico's Teal Drift with a little overlap as well. However, these ones did go onto a normal shelf and a little bit too much glaze, so we've got a little bit of puckering on the outsides, but that's we can sand that down, make that safe, so we can sort that out. But it's perfectly functional, and yeah, I'd say really, really good throwing for a first timer. She did make a mug as well. So Amico Golden Honey, and then I want to say this is Lunar Pink, but I don't know, looks like some river birch in there to me, I would say, but far, far, far too much glaze on this one. This one really, really stuck to the kiln shelf, so I am going to have a lot of grinding to do with this one to try and tidy this up. Yeah, it's taken great big ginormous chunks out of it, so I'm going to have a lot of grinding to do, but I'm going to try and take the whole corner off down to about here and tidy it up, because when you're first throwing, you do get those, you tend to get really thick corners, so I'm pretty confident there's more than enough clay body in there for me to go a bit nuts with that and start grinding away. But that combination, I will check what it is with her, because I'm almost certain she used Lunar Pink, but that run under the handle is just lovely. Really, really nice glazing. Just maybe should have not come down quite so far, but really, really good. So hopefully she's going to be really, really pleased with them. I've only got, like I said, a few pieces for me. So this one was inspired by Sarah Hallam from Stokey Potter. She did this on a test plate, and I immediately was like, oh, I need to try that. It's so pretty. So this was Amico Storm and Pearl White. So 4 coats of Storm and then 2 coats of Pearl White, but look at the inside of that. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So thank you, Sarah, because that is just stunning, especially down here. I am really, really excited for this combo and to try this on some bigger things. Like, I can see this on a great big spiral bowl would be lush, really nice. So I'm very, very happy with that as a test. So I've got one of my salt pigs. So I throw these on the wheel, and then when they come off, when they're leather hard, I slice the bottoms, and then I put a slab base on them. So I've been playing around with underglaze stamps for signatures. And this is 3 coats of birch and 3 coats of cordovan. And I think I need a bit more cordovan on that. I think I need to bring it down further and maybe add an extra coat, a nice thick extra coat. But this is the spotted throwing clay, sorry, and birch on this clay I absolutely love, because you get the speckle showing through it. It's so pretty. So I'm very happy with that. It's got real good potential, that combo. I just think that cordovan needs to be a little bit thicker, but that'll be I might add another coat of cordovan to these and put them back through and just see where we get to. Same combo, and this is on the white. So again, 3 coats of birch, 3 coats of cordovan. So I might add another coat and bring it down further, just see if I can get a bit more of that oil spot effect out of it. Because it is a really, really pretty combo. I know I'm late to the party on this combo, but I've only just got cordovan when I picked it up when I went to pot glaze. Yeah, so I'll probably add another coat and refire these and just see where we get to with those. 2 more new to me glazes. So this is Mako Coral Sands, and it's a lot more orangey than I thought. I thought it would be a bit more pink than it is. But yeah, it's pretty. And on the rim, so 3 coats of Coral Sands, and on the rim is Poppy Fields. So another jungle gem, just starting to play around with the jungle gems, and I am really happy with Poppy Fields. I can't wait to start exploring with that a little bit more. Yeah, and these jungle gems, they've run, don't they, like mad, because I mean this was only up to about here I put this, so it has done a runner, but I love the inside of that. Got a rogue Poppy Fields chip down in here. But yeah, no, I absolutely love that. I love that. So I've got a few more ideas for Poppy Fields that I want to get tested out. I'm doing a lot of testing at the minute because I'm into I've got a few more pieces to glaze, but I'm into kind of another making cycle now. So I tend to do a big making cycle and then a big glazing cycle. So I'm kind of in the making phase now, which is, it's nice to be throwing again, it's nice to be casting again. Yeah, so we will use a lot of these pieces will now be testers for new combos. So we'll see how that goes. So I've got 2 mugs, and they're both glazed exactly the same way. So they are Coral Sands on the inside, and they are all Sprig moulds, thumb rests on top. So this one was a little bit squat and a bit squishy. This one's a much better dimensions, and that really nice thumb rest on this one. So this is really comfortable, this one. I like this one. So they're just Sprig moulds off, silicone Sprig moulds off Amazon. I've got mermaid tails and seahorses, lots and lots of shells. So this was up to about here on the background. Down was 1 coat of teal drift, and then up to about here, so you can kind of see the line, it hasn't moved very much, of Spectrum floating turquoise, and then 2 coats, so one coat on the rim, and then another 2 coats to cover the whole thing of Celadon Bloom. So that's pretty. The mermaid tails are Spectrum Cactus, 2 coats with little dabs of pearl white to just kind of run through the texture a little bit. And then the shells and the seahorse are all stroke and coats. So off the top of my head, we have got Orange Appeal, Melancholy, and there is some coral sands in here as well, and I think a little bit of cashew later. So yeah, they're pretty. So I'm very happy with that. And this is Grapple and Blue Yonder. So yeah, I am really, really happy with that one in particular. The other one, like I said, the other one is a little bit, I was having a bit of a weird day when I put that handle on. Not quite sure what happened there, but it was a bit of a squat mug anyway. But it's glazed exactly the same. Oh, and tuxedo. There's a tiny bit of tuxedo on them. But yeah, so I am super, super happy with these. And they're actually, you'd think they'd be really heavy. They're actually not too bad. They're not too bad. So yes, I am really, really pleased with them. I love mermaid tails on them. So they've worked really, really well. And then I only have one more piece because it was small kiln load, because this took up most of the load. It's a giant bowl. And this was actually a refire because it had a little pinhole in it. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, but the pinhole situation has got significantly worse in it. Yeah, this bowl was for me anyway. But I don't know what to do with it now. I don't know whether to refire it again. Thoughts, feelings, comments, suggestions. So this is Louisiana Bayou on the outside, and then I've got pearl white over the whole of the inside, 2 coats of Louisiana Bayou on the top rim, and then this is iron luster. And it's already run quite a lot more than it did in the first firing, and I don't know if it will just blend way too much if I refire it a third time. So I'm not sure. I don't know. When I refired it, I didn't put anything else on it. I just left it as is and chucked it back in. So I don't know whether to put another coat or 2 of iron luster and Louisiana Bayou on it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm undecided. Yeah, so if you guys could give me your thoughts on what you think, because I'm just, even though it's just for me, I'm still not, it's going to annoy me. Every time I see those pinholes, it's going to annoy me, and they are quite, it's hard to see on the camera, but they are quite significant pinholes as well. There's a great big one here in the rim, because it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, and if it wasn't for the pinholes, I would be so happy with this. But yeah, so I don't know. Oh, and then I had little kiln fillers. So these are just little autumn leaves, coming up to autumn now. And these are just in some leftover toasted clay that I had. And they've just got the high fire wire in them, and turn them into key rings, pendants, whatever. And this is just rainforest on the back. Yeah, so I fire them upside down, and I glaze the backs of them so that if you are going to use them as pendants, they're not going to raw clay against your neck. But I leave the fronts unglazed because sometimes I can sell it, or I do sell these as aromatherapy pendants, and because it's raw clay, you can just drop 1 or 2 drops of an essential oil on the front, and then when you wear it around here, you've got lovely lavender or whatever it is that your chosen essential oil is. So they work really, really lovely. So they usually become pendants, but sometimes key rings, and they're really quick, easy, cheap to make, cheap to sell, which is what you need at markets and things. So so that was everything from today. I am just starting another round of glazing for another kiln opening. I've started another round of making. You're probably going to see a few random things coming through because my little one, she is just coming up to 4, but she loves being up here in the studio with me. So we've been practicing making pinch pots, so she started making pinch pots without any intervention from me, so she's very excited to glaze them and get them in the kiln. So you're probably going to see a few of those coming through. So I've got lots of tiny little random pots kicking around my studio at the moment, which I'm trying not to trash break, knock over, because we all know first thing that they'll do is never forget about them, and then it'll be, where's my pot? So yeah, so we're having a lot of fun doing that in the studio at the moment, which is lovely to have her up here and her engaging with it, so that's great. Other than that, thank you for watching. I need to say a massive thank you. I've been absolutely blown away by the response from you guys. I think when I checked this morning, after 2 videos, we are at I think it was 221 subscribers. So you're just incredible people. And the comments have just been so wonderful, so kind, so encouraging, and it's just the most amazing community that we have. So I am really thankful for all of you. So I will see you on the next opening, undoubtedly with a kitten. I hope you're all really well, and yeah, I'll see you